going to talk about how we can kick the boredom. And have you noticed that there is sometimes no reason and we feel very bored? What happens when we are bored? We are not feeling very interesting, we are not feeling excited, and we are just feeling a light mode of frustration, and we don't know what to do in that boredom. And this is not our human basic nature to get bored. So today I am going to discuss about why we get bored, what is the reason behind this, and what is the brain science behind this. Let me explain you what happens when there is a boredom in our mind. When we are bored, our brain is in a foggy stage. The stage or the state is called as attention deficit. So when we lose our mind focus, we become bored. That's a very simple logic behind this. So this boredom can be kicked very easily. The same strategy which is applied to cure ADHD, that is attention deficit hyperactive disorder, is very much applied to the boredom. And today I am going to share the strategies to kick the boredom. Everybody once in a life gets bored, and nowadays children are so much having this problem, and parents say we give them so many new things, we give them toys, and we give them video games, and we take them to the different kind of places, but still they feel they are not feeling interested and they feel bored. What is the cure of this boredom, they ask me. And boredom is actually not very bad for brain, but if the boredom is continued for more than a 1 day, 2 day, or more than a month, then it becomes a problem. So is it possible that we can avoid boredom? Definitely we can avoid the boredom, and we can create and redesign our life with a great interest and with a great kind of energy in us. So boredom actually drains our energy. So what we should do, and what brain needs to change itself in order to get rid of the boredom, because boredom is very much boring. So number one rule to get rid of boredom, we just have to understand what is happening in our brain. Our frontal lobe, which is the center of decision making, which is the center of planning, is the most important thing to get the life very much interesting as well as disciplined. When we lose our attention, at that time our frontal lobe is working at a low pace. There is a very low energy, there is a very low planning, there is a very low kind of a decision making power, and this low voltage or low mind power is the cause of the boredom. I am going to give you 4 strategies which will remove the boredom from your life. Yes, from your life. It's possible, because boredom is nothing but the brainwave status, and we can change the brainwave status with our mind power and with intention, and I am going to teach you how we can do that. As I did my MD in basic principles of Ayurveda and neuroscience, so I do have studied the basic factors which affect these different kind of mental health problems. So how we can cure? We can cure it on a basic level. Now I am going to tell you the first principle to remove the boredom, and that principle is rhythm of your attention. What is rhythm of attention? Rhythm of attention is discipline of your attention. Many a times we are having so much distractions, and if we will feed to every stimulus or every distraction, our mind will get depleted and our brain will deplete the energy. So what's the solution for it? The solution for it is to ignore, to resist the distraction. And how we can achieve it? We can achieve it with the help of rhythm in our body. How we can induce that rhythm in our body and mind? We are already having rhythm. See, there are rhythm in the nature, like day, night, month, like this. In the same way, our body is in cycles. Our body changes according to the rhythm that is called as circadian rhythm, and that rhythm affects our body. So, if we will follow the rhythm of the nature, we will definitely feel less bored, or we will kick the boredom. How that is possible? We can discipline our focus by disciplining our life. And how, what is mean by life? If we will have a disciplined routine, that means our life will have a discipline. So that discipline we can apply in a whole day, that is in Ayurveda called as dinacharya, in a whole month called as ritucharya, and in thinking pattern, that is achara. So how we can give a discipline to thinking, to our daily life, and to our monthly or yearly plan? For that, we need to adjust our body clock to the nature's clock. First thing, get up early in the morning. Second thing, do meditation. The people who do meditation, they never get bored, because their imagination power helps them to create more excitement and more happiness in their mind. Third thing, you can do exercise. Exercise helps to induce a nice rhythm in the body, as well as the endorphin hormone in our body helps to soothe our body and to soothe and induce the rhythm in our body. Number 4, music. Music is nothing but rhythm. Listening to instrumental music induces the rhythm in your mind. So, in order to kick the boredom, we must follow the discipline of our mind focus. And for that discipline, I have given you some tips. So, when we do these things daily, what happens? We actually fight the fear and frustration in our mind, and they get vanished from our mind. And that's why discipline is very important. Discipline is very much important in order to get our mind exciting, get our stamina and strength of mind. Like when we do exercise, we increase the endurance. And what is that endurance? Endurance is the stamina or consistency of keeping the power, and boredom is losing the power. So when your mind is disciplined, it can endure the curiosity and passion for a longer time. Second thing, first thing I told you, rhythm, the rhythm of your mental attention or mind focus. Second thing is the intensity of your mind focus. What is that? Intensity is like, I will give an example to you. When we are in a kitchen and when we put on the gas, and when the burner is on a seam, that is low intensity. When the burner is on the high, it is the high intensity. So intensity is the more concentrated form of any energy. So when our mind focus is intense, like sometimes you desire something very deeply, that deep desire or that very much passionately curiousness is because of the intensity. How we can increase the intensity? We can increase the intensity of our mind by increasing the dopamine in our brain. You can Google it, how we can increase the dopamine, but I will give you some tips how we can increase the dopamine, so that we can increase the intensity, and when our intensity of our mind is increased, our boredom gets out of our mind. So, to increase the intensity, you just need to focus your mind. For that, you need to do physical exercise. Again, physical exercise is very much essentially to maintain the rhythm also and to increase the intensity also. Like practice makes man perfect, in the same way, when you do anything daily with a intense and right way, the intensity increases. Then willpower helps us to become more and more intense. So, use your willpower in order to kick the boredom. If you yourself are not motivated, then the boredom will definitely capture you very fast. So, the solution for that is to keep our mind intense, energy, and a kind of a brave mind kind of a status. Third thing, for the mind to keep it interesting and happy and curious, is the most important thing for the brain, and that is the synchronicity. What is synchronicity? Synchronicity is working together. In neuroscience, it is said that the neurons which fire together wire together. In the same way, if you want to become very focused, and you just want to get rid of the boredom, then you must synchronize your brain waves. And synchronizing brain waves means keeping the right and left part of brain balanced, and the whole focus or the whole energy is focused at a singular point, that is single minded focus. And you can do it with the self directed neuroplasticity. I will give you an example of a glass. The glass, when it is when the glass is put on a paper, and the glass convergent glass, actually that convergent glass converges the sun rays, and when we put that glass on a paper, that glass can burn the paper, because it is actually concentrating, it is actually synchronizing all the waves together and focusing at the center. So that synchronizing is very much important. Consider as if we all are singing together. When we sing together, the voice becomes amplified. In the same way, our energy gets amplified with the synchronicity. And the very easy cure for synchronicity is helping others. You won't believe, but now neuroscience says that if you want to become mentally healthy and keep your mind very active and alert, you must socialize, you must help people, because that actually synchronizes your brain waves. So, helping others definitely help ourselves. The fourth and the most important thing for the mind and brain to go in a very specific direction is the direction of the mind, or the direction of the brain waves. Sometimes what happens, the direction of the thinking is very much disrupted, and when we want to have a convergent thinking, that means we are gathering the whole courage and power in one direction, then the mind can act in a very fantastic way. So, I just told you the 4 basic points in order to help our brain to become more and more active, alert, and with a great endurance. Also, respect others. That helps to empower our mind. I will someday definitely give you more explanation about it, why blessings are important and why giving respect actually helps your brain to become more focused. Unless and until you follow these rules of nature, nature is not going to give you the gift, the ultimate gift of art of focusing. And if you want to master this art, I really tell you, you can achieve anything in the life. But if you are stuck in a boredom, you are actually giving punishment to yourself. Don't hurt yourself with the boredom, and you can cure your boredom, and you can very easily come out of that. Just boredom is nothing but a status quo, and the moment your mind changes and wills or tries to get away from the boredom, the next moment your life expands and new opportunities are created in front of you. That is the clarity of mind. So from fog to clarity is the journey from boredom to your mind focus. I hope that you are understanding my some technical language is bit difficult to understand, but you are understanding my ways and my experience which I shared with you. And if you are having any doubt and query about it, you can ask me definitely. And I really think that these basic principles, if you will follow, definitely you will achieve the highest levels of success in your life, and you will be thankful to yourself for changing the behaviors and making the positive changes in order to kick the boredom. So be happy, keep your interests alive, and be enthusiastic, because enthusiasm kills the boredom. And you are already at a great pace and great energy levels, so you now know the key how to kick the boredom. Thank you.